Residential debt is non-recourse. The lender can get collateral, but can't seek out of any further compensation even if the collateral doesn't match the defaulted amount in full. Commercial debt is recourse, so the lender can seize the other assets out from the debtor. Now, after countless small and mid-range commercial enterprises have trembled into financial ruin, bankruptcy filings in thousands, this pillar of capitalism may fall, changing how loans default are handled. This results in the Senate Bill 939. This would allow small businesses to change lease deals if they have been affected by the lockdowns and economic tolerance from the global health crisis. Landlords couldn't do rent increases. It would allow businesses to put more money toward employees rather than rent. The widespread shuttering of small businesses and nonprofits would be a loss of goods and services that they provide. One of these businesses closed, they would be unable to get on their feet. If small businesses have lost 40% of their revenue, or if social distancing affected it, then small businesses can renegotiate their lease agreements. If two parties can't negotiate after 30 days, the tenants can get back out of the lease. That means no liability for future rent, fees, and other costs would be mandatory under the lease. That would shift commercial loans into non-recourse debt. People argue that commercial non-recourse debt is not constitutional. They argue that landlords would be completely vulnerable to when the tenants can abandon their leases under less dire circumstances. 80% of California apartments owners are independent. Landlords cover upkeep, mortgage payments, and other projects. After travel came to a halt, Bill 939 has been targeting the hospitality sector or hotels. Bill 939 will expire at the end of 2021. The California Business Properties Association said that Bill 939 could cause a financial collapse. That's when landlords become unstable. Lenders can put out cash calls. Because real estate runs on carefully networked relationships, a clear advantage to one side means deep distrust and sense of injustice. Renters need a full decade to make good on their rent payments without adding interest, while landlords receive tax credits with the value of unpaid rent. They said receiving rent payments is not as usual is not possible in 2020. The grocery store has increased the most in 50 years. $5 trillion have been spent by the Federal Reserve this year. By the end of the year, $10 trillion will be spent. One indicator of Great Depression, too, is the drop in consumer spending. Second is an economic plunge caused by a pandemic that is causing a financial crisis. Third is shuttered businesses and corporate REIT, like buybacks of corporate stock, investor overconfidence. No growth in GDP in a couple of years, and a spike in unemployment rate. The Great Depression of the 1930s caused 27.8% plunge in GDP. The 2020 depression will cause 50% plunge in GDP. Many houses refusing to spend anything other than groceries and health care. The economy should open sooner, not crippled by the healthcare crisis. Only 7% of Americans would like to go to a movie theater. Not 4% would like to go to concerts, amusement parks, and theater performance. Third indicator is social inequality, keeping businesses running, employees employed.